You know what, I'll just think about Gwen's question, because Kristin and I are talking about two different things.
Right.
I mean, we're coming at, it's just, we're not communicating about the same point. And Gwen asked the question, and I was just sitting here thinking that if your webpage, if silly as I might find it, and creepy as I might find the webcam, if advertisers are drawn to it by the numbers, and if you make enough money there for the company that it sustains KETV and the news program, then okay, cool. I think that's what we're all trying to do with our, but nobody's found a way to do it yet. And I object more to the principle, the old-fashioned tenet of what news ought to be and what you ought to be doing, than to the effort to drive some visits there, which can then drive advertising. You need to have next month people who know something about the business aspect of this, who can explain, how do you price, how would you price an ad for your page? What would it be worth? How would you demonstrate that it works? These are the questions. Walter Hussman can answer all that, I guess, or thinks he can. Those are the questions. Did you want to get
not my area, no. I mean,
well, I know,
but I'm not in sales.
But I mean, isn't that what, in the end, they're trying to survive, right? If we're laying off and going out of business. And I can hold my nose and say, choose your news if it helps all of us survive with real news. I would like to see, I think it's Hussman, and I don't want to misquote him. He thinks they're two separate things, I think, doesn't he? I think that he thinks that your newspaper has to be your newspaper, it has to make money. And then your website has to make money, and you can't let one cannibalize the other. By that model, you would become a full-time web person, you know, and you would do all your, you do your daily debrief, and you would be part of KETV, but you would be doing something that would generate money for the company and draw people to it who wanted to see it. But you would not be tired every day with going back to the office and saying, Lord, I went with a policeman for 3 hours, we had one stop, and now I got to oblige the viewers and do this. So I can almost see how I would find it more palatable to me if it was a standalone revenue generating thing, because I understand well.
Well, look, this
we may all be bankrupt in a year.
Well, and this has only been around for 5 weeks. I think it's premature to talk about.
Are you trying to sell ads for it, you know?
I think it's premature to talk about these things simply because, you know, we aren't able to analyze this or process this until we get the book in, and I'm not qualified to talk about revenue because I'm not informed of what, you know, our revenue and our profits are. But let me say this.
I want to get a couple more questions.
Okay, but let me just say this. We know that the internet and the online community is growing. We know that there's 90 million people on Facebook, 100,000 on Twitter. What's wrong with trying to reach out to them and trying to reach out to that next generation of young reporters? I mean, yes, money, profits, that would be fantastic, and I hope that is what happens. But, you know, if people are dying left and right, I don't see any problem with really trying.
Well, I don't either. I'm not against trying. I'm just against trivializing your newscast.
I don't think we are.
Well, we'll then disagree, and that's okay.
Let's go to a couple more audience questions. Also, if you all wouldn't mind, repeating whatever the question